Today, we're going to be going over the well-being evaluation and the well-being tracker. The two documents are meant to be used in a complementary style. They go with each other. The well-being evaluation being used to qualify the greatest need for the client, and then the well-being tracker to track the progress. So they are fairly self-explanatory, but I do want to go a little more in depth because they're both great documents to serve our clientele. And it's important that you understand the value in each and treat each document accordingly. And then also it helps you stay organized as a coach. So if you yourself have not done a well-being evaluation, I highly suggest that you do. They're on the dashboard, and in fact, I do one every month, and it holds me accountable to where I want to grow in optimal health and then other areas where I'm seeing true progress. So that being said, let's take a peek at the well-being evaluation, which precedes the well-being tracker. So this is the well-being evaluation. And so when you hand this to a client, they're going to be scoring themselves. There is a spectrum out of 1 to 10, and there are 3 different areas. So the first one is healthy body. Weight status, eating habits, physical activity should rank high if they're a client of the perfect workout. If they're not ranked highly and they are a client of the perfect workout, that is a great opportunity of growth and of service and of candor to really dig deep and see what they're not getting out of their workout and how you can better serve them in that area. But most importantly, we are really looking at weight status and eating habits, but sleeping, relaxation, and then their overall feeling of safety and being healthy, super important, especially when it comes to levels of stress, because we are looking to help them gain optimal health. So again, they're going to pick 1 to 10 and then do a cumulative score. Really important. I tell all of my clients, pre-clients, perfect workout clients, everyone, this is meant to be instinctual. Don't think about it. Usually your first instinct is correct when it comes to how you are thinking and how you are feeling. So again, when I hand a client a well-being evaluation, I'm like, listen, I'm checking in. I want to see where you are right here, right now, and I want to see how I can better serve you. This is going to help me understand where I can help fulfill a need. Healthy mind is the next section that a client would fill out. Again, 1 to 10. Healthy mind relationships, their work, their spirituality time, community service, hobbies and fun. Really important that we're able to have this dialogue with clients. If weight loss is one of their goals, but they're leaving no time for them to enjoy their life, then we don't actually know what a healthy them could look like. And so a great question when it comes to the healthy mind section is, if you ran the zoo, what would a healthy you look like? Or, if the weight loss goal is 50 pounds, okay, then Jennifer, at 50 pounds, what could you be doing that you're not currently doing now? So once they've done this, again, cumulative score at the bottom. And then healthy finances. And so this is really important because we want to understand where they're investing. We know where they're investing their time based on healthy mind and their healthy body, but now we really want to see kind of where the rubber meets the road. If they truly are able to minimize their stress, if there's enough abundance to do so, how they're managing it, money to do what you want. That's huge with quality of life. Are they traveling? Are they going on the adventures they want to? Are they giving back? That's the community contribution portion right there. And again, they're going to score it cumulatively out of 60. Then you're going to take those scores, again, for physical health, that would be the healthy body, mental health, healthy mind, financial health, and they're going to rank it. That cumulative score goes on this spectrum here. And then you have kind of the ultimate cumulative score. Where do they go on the spectrum of failing health all the way to optimal health? The point of this evaluation is not to depress them. The point is to show motivation and opportunity. So the first time I did a well-being evaluation, it was a little depressing because there were more areas that I could improve on, that I could grow in, than I cared to admit. However, there is nothing like making what my grandmother used to say, a clean breast of it. What are you truly thinking? What are you truly feeling? And what do you really want? This gets to that heart-tingling goal and that heart-tingling why. That's why it matters so much. So use the well-being evaluation, and then if you're a trainer, you should take this well-being evaluation, talk it through with your client, and then based on where the greatest need is, you need to refer them to the health coach, the nutrition coach in your studio. If you are a nutrition coach, this leads you to the well-being tracker. So anytime you have a well-being evaluation that is handed to you, you need to switch over, and now you have to start tracking this person's health and wellness. So let's switch to that document now. Okay, this is the well-being tracker. So again, I want you to think about this almost as the health history for Take Shape for Life and Optavia. This is where we're going to track their progress. This is how you track their weight loss. Now, of course, their trainer, which if it happens to be, wonderful. If not, their trainer is also going to track their weight loss. But you specifically are going to track, and this correlates, it dovetails perfectly with the well-being evaluation. So, basic information up top, but really important, how we met. Guys, referrals, referrals, referrals. Family, super important. Are they going to have enablers at home? This is part of Healthy Mind. Where are they in their relationships? Is there somebody that needs to get on program with them? Is there somebody that's going to buy them junk food when they want to eat it? It's really important that you understand that this is a multifaceted, multi-layered thing. Therefore, it deserves this sensitivity and respect. So, well-being evaluation, this is where you're going to put their scores and then their cumulative score. And then this is a pretty tough question. What areas do you want to work on first to improve your score? And here's where we're going to do current weight, BMI, their goal weight, their goal BMI. I understand from a strength training standpoint, we talk a lot about muscle gain, but we also need to discuss fat loss and weight loss. So we know that BMI is not always the best measure of health. However, when it comes to the waistline and the visceral fat around the organs, we do need to be comfortable using terms like BMI, body mass index. Okay, so healthy body goals, healthy moving, healthy sleeping, reasons for improving these areas. Again, this is the health history. Don't just be a parrot and repeat it. Dig deep. They've given you the respect of filling this out. Now you need to make sure that you understand the true why. Healthy mind goals. Okay, maybe they need to switch jobs. Maybe they really do need to adopt a new hobby. I have multiple clients that since they've been on program have joined book clubs. And then you can always complement this with an action plan. Okay, this is great. So what's our step today? What have you done since your last session to get closer to that? So we have this natural accountability built into our studio structure. Healthy finance goals. Increase income, debt-free, child education. You can put grandchild's education, community contribution, and there's always areas for improvement, always. So when it comes to preparing for this, again, this is where we have to treat this like a health history form. And I would truthfully have the health history form side by side with this well-being tracker so that you can ask intelligent questions about a lot of things that could affect their weight loss. Things like high blood pressure and heart disease, thyroid, are they medicated, are they not, are they type 1 or type 2 diabetic, what medications are they on, do they have any food allergies? I have a fatal peanut allergy, so that's important. Nobody should recommend the peanut butter crunch bar to me because it could kill me. So it's one of those things of take the time to get the information you want so you can give intelligent advice later on. Current physical activity should be at least 1 to 2 days a week with the perfect workout. And then real important, who wants to get healthy along with you? Who's going to be a support for you? This is going to show if they're going to have enablers or encouragers. And there's a huge difference. Sometimes enablers are going to be present, sometimes encouragers are, and that might be an obstacle that you really have to guide your client through. That's why it's important that you're well versed in understanding how to be that true chameleon, that true mirror. Do they need the cheerleader today, or do they need the shoulder to cry on? Remember, this entire journey is about helping them be a self-preventer. We're not dragging them up the mountain. We're walking side by side, hip to hip, as Matt says. One of my favorite phrases is that I'm always side by side. I walk it with them, but I don't force the path on them. Is there anything else you would like to share? Okay, really, really important. And then this is for once we have put in a client order. So name their client ID number. That's going to go into your Google Doc anyway. Username and password. I always put in their first order for them. And so their username is going to be that email. And then the password, it's been the same password for all of my clients always. And I let them know that they can always update it and change it. But that way I have their client ID. And I know that I've enrolled them in the Be Slim Club. And I know I've had Habits of Health ordered for them. Also super important. Okay, so Habits of Health system ordered. Yes, they 100% need the Habits of Health book. Now, if they get the workbook, even better. But I would say kind of ground zero, necessary, it must be Habits of Health, the book. They have to educate themselves if they're going to make a change. This is not a diet. This isn't about meal replacement. So use this well-being tracker almost as a learning session checklist Or as a new client checklist, it's one of those things where, okay, do we have the photos? Do we have their starting point? Do we have their measurements? Do we have everything that we need to launch them successfully? And then, biggest reason, this is your heart tingling why, super, super important that you understand if you don't have their large why, they're going to probably lose weight and they'll probably order food for a few months, but then that's going to be it. Okay, so also Facebook account, there are communities that you can add them to online, added to newsletter. We're hoping to be able to have a cohesive nutrition and strengthening newsletter someday, but if anything, they can definitely be getting the Perfect Workout newsletter that Matt Hedman puts out as well. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, these documents are available on the dashboard. And always start with a well-being evaluation. Your trainer should be well-versed in being able to give that to their clients. And then they should offer that referral to the nutrition coach in the studio, and the nutrition coach is responsible for tracking that well-being tracker. So for every single client that is on program, there needs to be a well-being tracker, and that's just the best way to hold yourself accountable and hold your clients.